Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us here for KREM 2 News First at 4. I'm Whitney Ward. We begin tonight with continuing coverage on a local story that is capturing national headlines. 31 men with ties to a white nationalist group arrested in Coeur d'Alene over the weekend. Tonight, we are learning more about some of the local men who were arrested. They were taken into custody from the back of a U-Haul, and police say they were prepared to incite a riot near North Idaho Pride celebrations. Among the members of that hate group, one suspect who has been identified as a Spokane resident. KREM 2's Amanda Rowley investigated his ties here and found he has family in the area as well as connections to former Washington state legislator Matt Shea. She's here now with the latest. Amanda?
Yeah, Whitney, Kootenai County court documents identify Michelle Buster as a suspect who lives at a Hilliard address here in Spokane. It also lists another suspect, Josiah Buster, who appears to be Michelle's older brother but lives in Texas. Now, in a parcel search on the Spokane County Assessor's website, it lists Matt and Diane Buster as the property owners for that address that Michelle gave to Coeur d'Alene police. Now, it appears they too may be related. Several reports indicated Michelle and Matt Buster have ties to On Fire Ministries, which is the church founded by preacher and former Washington state legislator Matt Shea. On a Facebook live stream of a December 2021 church service, Shea calls Matt and Michelle Buster onto the stage for morning announcements. Now, while some reports indicate Matt serves a leadership role in the church, we have not been able to independently confirm this. Now, that's because any mention of his name has been removed from the website. As for Josiah Buster, court documents say he lives in Watauga, Texas. Washington voter registration, though, it shows Josiah and Michelle Buster are registered at the same Hilliard address. Josiah played football and wrestling at John R. Rogers High School and graduated in 2016. We confirmed this from high school sports database Max Preps. And we also confirmed Michelle graduated from Rogers in 2017. Neither do not have a criminal history. Now, I also confirmed another suspect arrested on Saturday shares the same Texas address as Josiah Buster. I'll have more on that and the Idaho suspects tonight at 5. Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
All right, Amanda, thank you very much. And we are tracking these cases very closely. And to see the full list of those 31 men who were arrested and when they are expected in court, just go to our website, KREM.com. Also today, Idaho Governor Brad Little visited Coeur d'Alene. And while here, we asked him about the hate group arrests on Saturday. The governor echoed remarks made by the Coeur d'Alene police chief and mayor, stressing that the people arrested do not represent Idaho.
We want those people to know that they need to stay home or go somewhere else. And in fact, there's no place for it anywhere in America. And I think the reaction was very appropriate.
The governor also noted just how important a 911 call from a citizen can be in preventing dangerous situations. In a press conference yesterday, the police chief said the department is now working on writing all of the reports linked to these arrests, as well as putting together body camera footage. He says this investigation will be a very long process. And we are dedicated to bringing you more information on this story. So if you would like a link to all of our latest updates on those Coeur d'Alene arrests, just text the word arrests to 509-448-2000. We'll send that link directly to your phone. All right, in other news, let's call this our other top story today because it is certainly getting a lot of attention. We've gotten more than our fair share of rain here in eastern Washington, especially when it comes to being in June. Now, up in the mountains, it's actually a dose of winter weather in June. Take a look at that. The snowplows were out today on Sherman Pass as well as State Route 20. WashDOT tweeting out these photos from crews who were working right near the summit today. And Schweitzer Ski Resort also tweeted out some pictures this afternoon. You can see the green grass, but boy, it's definitely snowing. They said they're trying to get ready for their summer operations, but certainly not feeling anything like summer out there lately. And our chief meteorologist, Jeremy Legou, is joining us now. So, okay, you were calling it January.
Yeah.
Can we be done with January?
Nope. How awesome is that, though? It's not often that we do get snow like this. Not totally abnormal, but it's June. We're getting a little bit of snow. Still pretty cool if you're asking me. And if you want the snow, it's out there. You can still find it. But here in town, well, it's a might bit warmer, we'll say. Temperatures on the much warmer side of things here in Spokane. And so here we go. All right, come on, little computer, let's work together. 55 degrees. A little bit of rain coming down depending on where you are. Not much, and it is light, but we still have some of those flood concerns across the region. We've trimmed back a lot of those flood advisories, but notice those bright shaded areas. Those are our flood warnings. Quite a few spots having rivers overflowing the banks, minor flooding in some places, but those floods are taking a toll in others, especially as you make your way over toward Montana. We'll have more on that coming up a little bit later in the show, but all of this rain really does amount to something. Coming up, we'll talk how much we've seen so far this year and how much we're seeing just this month. Rain is going to continue to kind of move its way out, but here's how it breaks down. As we head into the evening, another quick spurt of moisture, and then we're done. We're done for a couple of days. In fact, tomorrow starts out nice and sunny. We'll see a few clouds throughout the day, and then more moisture try to move through. I don't think it really does much, so expect a break in the action tomorrow as temperatures climb. Overnight, we'll fall down into the 40s, but by tomorrow afternoon, we are up near 70.
All right, we'll take it, Jeremy. Thank you. Well, the suspect in the murder and disappearance of a 30-year-old Moses Lake woman has pleaded not guilty. That's according to the woman's family. After fighting extradition now for more than 2 months, 28-year-old Juan Gastelum is facing second-degree murder and second-degree rape charges. Moses Lake police believe he is the main suspect in the death and disappearance of Yanira Cedillos after her body was reported missing in early March. Cedillos is a mother of 3 and her young children. She is the mother of 3 young children. Her body was found in a remote area of Walla Walla County back in mid-May after searching for her for 2 months. New information now about that Boise mall shooting. The Ada County Coroner's Office says the shooter died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. That shooting happened back in October of 2021. The gunman killed 2 people before then killing himself. We are also learning, though, the Boise police recorded multiple talks with the shooter while he was openly carrying a gun in Boise last spring. Idaho's Supreme Court heard arguments about whether the governor has the power to override a state commission's decision on death row cases. This case centers around Gerald Pizzuto. He was scheduled to be executed last year for killing 2 people, but asked for clemency due to his terminal cancer. The state commission did grant clemency, but the governor rejected that decision. So now the Supreme Court will decide who gets the final say. Well, today is World Blood Donor Day, and blood centers all across Washington say there is a shortage of blood right now, and it shows no signs of letting up. The Washington Department of Health is now encouraging all eligible donors to give blood this summer because summer is a critical time for donations. That's because of an increase in car crashes and other traumatic events. Now, a nationwide blood shortage has left local blood supplies low. The American Red Cross says it's getting harder and harder to provide a safe, reliable blood supply to communities around the country. Spokane City Council voted in favor of a proposal to bring a Pride Crosswalk to the city. That motion passed 5-2 with Michael Cathcart and Jonathan Bingle voting against it. They say it was out of concern for the cost of the project. In total, it'll cost up to $300,000 to implement. The money will be used over the course of 3 years as part of a community crosswalks pilot program. People can vote on the proposed intersections in areas like Monroe Street, downtown, South Perry, and the Garland District. Still to come here on KREM 2 News at 4, the city of Spokane pools are opening up, signaling the start of summer. So you can hear when and where you can take a dip next. Also, a new program hoping to clean up Washington's roads. Hear just how big the trash problem really is and how it's making your drive even more dangerous. That's coming up next.